What's going on? It's your boy Lil Rel Howery, and right now you're watching Sound Off with the SoundExchange. I've always thought I was funny. I think most black people are funny, to be quite honest with you. Most of our families are funny, our aunties and everything. I think the difference is when you decide to do comedy. That's, you know, there's a lot of funny people out here. There's a lot of people who think they're funny, but like to go on stage in front of strangers, that's a real decision. Most really good comedians are not the funniest people where they're from. Like, my boy Harold was the funniest dude at school, right? He was the funniest guy. He did all the class clown stuff. I was just more like creatively funny. Like, I knew I wanted to be in this type of business. I knew I wanted to write funny. I knew I wanted to perform funny. I knew I wanted to do stand-up when I was 17. Well, Jordan, the first time we talked about it was at a party. It was at a Spielberg party, actually. And he said he wrote a horror film. I was like, oh, okay. You know, Mr. Jordan Peele. It's like, you wrote a horror film? What are you talking about? But the more he talked about it, I'm like, oh, okay, sounds interesting. Like, I'll let her come out, you know, go audition for it. And he made sure I was one of the first people to get a look at the script. And I read it and was like, they letting you make this movie? I'm in, you know what I mean? But I went through the whole process, you know, because the studio didn't know me like that. So I auditioned, and then I did one more audition with him actually in a room, and we did the scene together. And I booked it that day. So when I was waiting on my Uber after I left, he came outside to let me know, like, look, I ain't supposed to be telling you this, but I'm about to offer this to you, man. It's yours. It was people in there still waiting to do they call back. He's out there telling me it's mine. I felt terrible because like friends, I know they like really trying to like, I mean, I already got it, but shibbity doubles, you know what I mean? But yeah, Jordan Peele is a brilliant guy. And that's why I was glad about Jordan doing Get Out, because we started making horror just gory and about the effects and not what, like, racism is horrifying, right? And I thought that was brilliant, that is the horror of the movie. It is racism. You know what I mean? And how scary that really is. I think both ways still work. I think you got to do what works for you. And like, you know, that was Issa's route, right? Like, I'm from the stand-up world. That was my route, right? And you know, because now people are putting pressure on, oh, man, you got to have all these followers and do all this other. I don't believe that. I just believe you got to write your own stuff. Like, whatever show you think you're supposed to be on, write it. I think that's what the new group of us put pressure on everybody now, because like all of us are EPing and writing our shows. We not just own a show just to be on the show. Like, this is my voice. I'm going to write it the way I want to. I thank Issa for that, and she encourages that. I mean, all the stuff she's producing on her YouTube channel, those people are writing and creating their own stuff and starring in it. I think that's like same thing with Donald Glover, man. Like, just do what you want to do, but you got to write it. Comes out June 29th, starring me, Kyrie Irving, Lisa Leslie, Chris Webber, Shaq, Nate Robinson, Reggie Miller, Aaron Gordon's in the movie, who ended up being really good. You got Tiffany Haddish, who, you know, she did me a favor and jumped in the film, and Nick Kroll, another good friend of mine. Erica Ash also. It's just a great cast, man. Charles Stone directed it, man. He's a beast. You know, he did Paid in Full, you know what I mean? Like, so it was me asking Paid in Full questions almost every day because I love that movie. You know, it's such a good ride, man. I had so much fun, and like, Chris Webber's amazing. Everybody's good, but Chris Webber stood out. I'm like, dude, you done this before or something? Like, I told you need to start auditioning for stuff. Kyrie was a beast, though. Kyrie is so good at everything, man. It's so crazy. It was one of the best summers I've ever had, man. I'm such an NBA fan, so like, to work with like these legends, like, you know, and I was asking all types of questions, to even watch Kyrie take advice from all them different. It was a crazy, it's like I paid them to put me in this movie.